Give us pizza or give us death. That's a sentiment that I can definitely get behind, especially when I've been super hungry. And you might be wondering, Rukshan, what on earth are you talking about? Give us pizza or give us death? Well, I'm going to take you to New York City, where a gentleman, a resident, has gone to town hall there, the city hall, and thrown some pizza at the local government officials from across the gate that is there. But before I get to actually why he's doing this, let's just watch this video because I think it's a great video. It's quite entertaining.
Give us pizza or give us death. Give us pizza or give us death. Give us pizza or give us death. Destroying every small business. That's what this city keeps doing. Can't have a small business. Can't have pizza. New York City is nothing without pizza.
All right, I'll stop it there. So there you go. Give us pizza or give us death. Destroying small businesses. New York City is nothing without pizza. Now, if you just saw that video and had no idea what was going on, you would think possibly it's just some crazy dude in New York City going around throwing pizza at government officials. But there is perhaps a reason for this madness or protest that you're witnessing, this artistic protest, because this guy is somewhat, in his profile, lists him as a, what does he call himself? An artist activist. So this is a demonstration using pizza. But what he's responding to is these new plans by New York City regulators, right, the government, the local government there, to introduce these emissions to help with achieving, this net zero reduction of carbon emissions, all these kind of woke green environmental type things that we're seeing popping up all over the world. And of course, they also link that with the health benefits as well. Now, this is an article from NBC, NBC5, I think a local affiliate of NBC in New York, and they've written, new regulations seek to reduce carbon emissions from pizza ovens in New York City. Pizzerias with ovens installed before 2016 would be required to buy so-called emissions control devices to reduce the total emissions by 75%, according to officials. So they've got a video here. Let's just watch this video and see what it's all about.
Too happy about some new environmental protection regulations in the city. The New York City Department of Environmental Protection wants to crack down on carbon emissions from coal and wood-fired pizza ovens. Now, pizzerias with ovens installed before 2016 would be required to buy emission control devices to reduce total emissions by 75%. Mayor Eric Adams says the public still has time to weigh in on the new regulations, which, if approved, will go into effect later this summer. There's plan.
Well, there you go. That gives you a bit of a breakdown of perhaps why the man was justified in doing his pizza protest. And the reductions there for these carbon, reduced carbon emissions, it starts off with these kind of low bars sometimes. I think 75% reduction is quite a high bar. But it starts off with these low targets. And what generally happens is once these regulations do get in, they go for the jugular, right? They'll be like, okay, cool. We need to get rid of all coal-powered pizza ovens or wood-powered pizza ovens, and everything's got to be electric. I'm just, I don't know too much about pizza ovens, but I'm just saying that this is generally what happens. And in that article, video itself, they're talking about ovens installed before 2016. Now, New York City is known all around the world for its pizza, right? Besides from Italy, perhaps, New York City has a very massive tradition, long-standing, of having these type of wood-fired pizzas, and just pizza in general. It's known for pizza. Now, I don't know if that's warranted or not. I don't know if you guys have had New York City pizza. I've had pizza in New York City. All I remember was it was a little bit larger and all that kind of stuff compared to what we get in Australia. But, there'd be so many ovens pre-2016. So this would impact a lot of businesses there. And then the burden is on the business then to reduce their emissions to be compliant with these regulations. And what that person, Scott, was talking about, that the pizza thrower, is the impact that this can potentially have on these businesses with his protest. But is it warranted? I think I'm gonna watch a bit more of his video. We're gonna get a bit more of what he has to say, and then we'll have a look at some of the reactions to his pizza protest as well, because it has gone viral. It has actually made an impact in terms of making this topic more visible. And sometimes you need to do these type of things for these small businesses, especially other small business owners, to let them know that there are people that are in the same industry or that care about your business that would stand behind you, perhaps fighting back against these type of regulations. But let's have a look at what Scott LoBaido, there's his name if you want to look him up on Twitter. He's called it the New York Pizza Party, Shitty Hall, New York City, June 26, 2023. I like that. Shitty Hall. We have a few shitty halls here in Victoria, particularly in Melbourne.
Yes, folks who run New York City are afraid of pizza. The world used to respect New Yorkers as tough, thick-skinned, and gritty. Now we have become pussified. It's a damn shame. You heard of the Boston Tea Party? Well, this is the New York. This is the New York Pizza Party. Give us pizza or give us death. Give us pizza or give us death. Give us pizza. Boston Tea Party. This is the New York Pizza Party. Gotta do my thing, man.
Now, he did say that he didn't have too much trouble there with the police. He wrote, cops posted right there. Cops were great, just got a summons, all good. My point was made. So look, what do you guys think? Give us pizza or give us death? I'm on board with Scott. I'm on board with this guy. I think we might find ourselves in a situation in Australia where we might have to go to the local city council here in Melbourne, especially, and give them a bit of a protest like this and tell them to give us pizza or give us death. Or if you're a Melbourne local, some of the pizzerias here in Lygon Street might have to take up arms down the track. But the reaction from your typical, left-wing outlets like CNN, it's a bit different. They're telling you, don't worry, pizza heads. New York City is not coming for your pies. Lawmakers and prominent social media personalities have in recent days rallied against a proposed New York City rule that some say would crack down on the city's beloved pizzeria. Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee tweeted Monday that New York City wants to ban wood-fired pizzerias, adding that in the name of their climate agenda, the left wants to destroy small businesses. Dave Portoni, founder of Barstool Sports, is in a video accused a pink-haired crazy liberal of waking up from a nap and deciding to get rid of coal oven pizzerias in New York City. Elon Musk also had an opinion saying on Twitter that this rule is total BS, adding that it won't make a difference to climate change. And the whole thing here with CNN, I think they're trying to frame this whole entire episode of what we're seeing in terms of response to these regulations as some sort of right-wing conspiracy once again, and they're downplaying it. I hear New York City is trying to ban delicious pizza. Is it? No. Come on. I don't think anyone thought that they were trying to ban pizza. So what's the deal? In Friday's issue of the City Record, the city officials journal that shares legal notices and other news, the city announced a notice of public hearing and opportunity to comment on proposed rules. The rule in question, which comes from the city's Department of Environmental Protection, would require restaurants with wood or coal-fired ovens installed prior to May 2016 to seriously consider adding devices that would reduce particular emissions. And this article goes on, and of course they have to write, despite the uproar, it's a fairly lenient proposal. So why does the city want to reduce emissions in this way? Because this type of pollution is dangerous for your health and bad for the environment. And of course, this CNN journalist goes on to justify the bans. Wait, so is this a climate thing or a health thing or a climate thing? Both, but the immediate impact is on human health. So look, it's for some people, there's always these people, right? These green type people, these left-wing people who look at small businesses as things you can just push to the side in getting to their desired goals. Whether that's ending pizza ovens by telling them that they have to reduce emissions, and eventually in the future, my opinion, possibly telling them, no, you got to do electric pizza ovens for that wood-fired pizza, right? Can you have a wood-fired pizza without wood? I mean, these people would probably tell you that you could by having fake wood in there or something. Like, these are the type of people that we're dealing with that support these things. But I think a more measured approach is required, that we have to maintain some aspects of these type of industries, or these type of pizzerias, like wood-fired pizzas should be able to be made in a certain way that, because it tastes delicious, it tastes good, right? We don't need these pink-haired environmentalist freaks messing with that. So I'm totally against it, and I'm all for the sentiment of give us pizza or give us death. But does what happens in New York really impact what happens in Australia? I think overall we find that the trajectory that America is on, or the UK is on with these things, sometimes pass over to Australia. And what happens in Australia is some of these things are actually even more accelerated because we have a smaller population. We have a government more able to pass laws without too much back and forth, particularly in some states. A lot of these things are accelerated, right? Like, we have a ban in Australia that's looking to coming into effect. Doherty Institute, our institute, would love to have all gas appliances banned in Australia to hit zero by 2050, right? The Grattan Institute has upgraded, the Grattan Institute, not Doherty, the Grattan Institute, our other great institute, has urged state and federal governments to implement a ban on new gas appliances if Australia is to reach net zero by 2050. And of course, Guardian has one as well. No time to waste getting Australian homes off gas, crucial for meeting net zero target, report says. Getting households off gas for heating and cooking would cut energy bills and improve people's health, and is necessary for Australia to have any hope of reaching net zero greenhouse emissions by 2050, a new analysis says. And you can read all this stuff that they put to justify it, justify the burden and the costs and the way that governments can approach this. Now, we know, I think in the ACT in Canberra, here in one of the territories, by November, I think certain gas appliances and stuff are going to be, I think the regulations passed, they're going to be banned. You can correct me if I am wrong, fact checkers. So you're seeing we are also in this similar type of fight, and it might not be long before wood-fired pizza ovens in Australia might be under the watchful eye of our local city councillors who want to reduce emissions. I've already heard of other such instances where neighbours and councils complain about people using just fire pits and so on in their backyards to have a barbecue and do these type of things. So we have these problems encroaching on us here as well. Anyway, guys, that's it for my video today. What do you think? Are you going to be for giving us pizza and giving us death? What do you say? If you're liking my videos, you can follow along on YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey, Facebook, Instagram, and there must be another one. I forgot it today. At The Real Rukshan, or you can look up my name, Rukshan Fernando. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.